Today I'm going to be doing a hamstring opening flow. We're going to be using either a strap or a band, or if you don't have one, that's fine, we'll use your hands. I do have 2 blocks, just in case. If you don't have blocks, no worries. We're gonna get started lying down on our back so you can find just a comfortable position to rest. You can take some nice deep breaths, sending the air all the way down to your belly. And big exhales, letting all of your air go. Couple more just like that. On your next inhale, we'll send the hands long overhead, take a full body stretch. As you exhale, we'll tuck the knees in towards the chest, give them a nice hug, maybe rock back and forth, side to side on that low back. And then we're gonna keep the right knee tucked in towards the chest. We'll send the left leg nice and long, strong flex to the left foot. Big breath in, big breath out. Pull that knee a little bit closer. Next, we're gonna start to pull that knee over towards the armpit, opening up a little bit to the inner thigh and the groin. You can bring your left hand to your hip just to stabilize a little bit. We're gonna start some big circles with that right knee, starting in one direction, and then switching directions. You can tuck that right knee back in towards the chest. This is where we're going to use our band or our strap if you have one. You can send the right foot high to the sky and then take the hands behind the thigh. Otherwise, if you have a band or a strap, we'll be wrapping it around the ball of our foot. As you inhale, we're gonna tuck the knee in towards the chest, and as you exhale, we're gonna kick the leg straight, moving nice and slow, working into all these creaky muscles in our legs. Big breaths and big exhales. Take one more round. Next time your leg is straight, we'll keep it there. We're gonna keep a gentle bend in this right knee. Shoulders stay nice and heavy on the earth. We'll start to pull the pinky toe a little bit closer to the body, flexing through the toes. Feel how that opens up the calf, maybe the hamstring. We'll take a few breaths here, keeping good tension on your band. Big breath in, big breath out. Maybe you pull that foot a little bit closer towards the head. Starting to work into that hamstring nice and gently, grounded through the rest of the body, nice and heavy against the mat. If you don't have a band, you're just holding on to the back of your thigh, maybe the calf if flexibility allows. Big inhale, big exhale. A few more breaths just like that. As you're ready, we're gonna start to bring the right foot, crossing it over the midline of the body. Feel how that opens up to the right hip, the right side of the thigh. You can stack that right foot directly above that left hip. You don't want to cross it over too far. Both hips stay grounded, both shoulders stay heavy. You can bring that right hand straight out from that right shoulder. Big breath in, big breath out. 2 more just like that, really surrendering to that hip, letting it open up. You can let that go. We'll tuck the right knee in towards the chest, give it a hug. And then we're gonna drop the right knee over towards the left side of the body, gentle supine twist. Couple breaths here. We'll come back towards center. You can leave your band off towards the side. We'll keep that right knee tucked in, both hands grab for the knee. Inhale, lifting head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. We'll lift that left heel. Big breath in. Exhale, switch. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can release the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. This time, we'll tuck the left knee in towards the chest, right foot goes long, strong flex in the foot. Couple of breaths like this, pulling that knee towards the body. You can start to pull that knee over towards the left armpit, opening up to the thigh and the groin. Right hip stays nice and heavy against the mat. Big breath in. Big breath out. 2 more just like that. You can find your band. We'll send the left foot straight up towards the ceiling, wrapping the band around the ball of the foot. Strong flex through that right foot. It's nice and heavy on the earth. Starting to pull that left pinky toe a little bit closer towards your body. Gentle bend in the left knee. Shoulders nice and heavy against the earth. Big breath in. As you exhale, pulling the foot a little bit closer towards the face as flexibility allows. Keeping with your breath. Maybe you start to get a slight shake. That's totally fine. Big breath in. As you exhale, we'll cross the left foot over towards that right hip, letting it stack directly above in the air. Left arm can come straight out from the left shoulder. Shoulders stay nice and heavy. Starting to open up that left side of your leg, the left hip. Big breaths here. Two more big breaths. You can bend into that left knee. We'll drop the band off towards the side, give it a good squeeze. And then we'll cross it over towards the right side of the body, letting it fall towards the earth. Shoulders stay heavy on the ground. Gaze can shift off towards the left hand. Big breath in, big breath out. On your next inhale, you can bring that left knee back in. We'll take a big inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, we'll lift our head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, lifting through that right heel. Starting last little bit of core work here, you can send the arms long right away, nice and long through the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, we'll switch the legs, and keeping with this pattern, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You can let it go. Tuck the knees in, give them a hug, and then we'll start to rock and roll the length of the spine. You can hover when you get to the top. And then as you're ready, we'll cross at the ankles, roll over to find the knees. A nice neutral tabletop position. Once you're here, let's just take some circles through the shoulders and the hips in one direction, nice and big. Switch directions. Come back to center and we'll start our cat-cows. As you inhale, we'll drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, shift the gaze out. As you exhale, we'll push the mat away, arching the spine high, dropping the head for cat. Inhales bring you to cow. Exhale, cat. Keep moving between these two shapes at your own pace. Use your breath to go from one to the other. Pressing down through all fingertips equally, down to the tops of the toes. One more round through each shape. And then you can come back towards neutral. We're gonna lift the right foot off the ground, bring it up to 90, and then start some nice big hip circles here. Really pressing down into that left hand to keep the spine nice and flat. You can switch directions. We'll send the right foot nice and long. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, crunching the knee in towards the nose. As you inhale, sending it long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Two more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Last one, crunch it up. We'll stay. Come up to the balls of the fingertips and then step the right leg through for a nice low lunge. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. As you inhale, we'll rise upright, sinking nice and low through the hips, pressing down and out to the top of the left foot. Inhale, we'll connect the hands overhead. As you exhale, we're going to take a gentle back bend, opening up through that left hip. Inhale. Exhale, we'll frame that right foot. And then we're going to push all the way back to a half split. We're trying to pull this right hip to be even with the left. Adjust as you need. Strong flex through the right foot. Feel that calf open up. We'll bow the head down, surrendering to the back side of that right leg. Big inhale. Big exhale. We're going to start to flow between the shapes. Your inhales will bring you to your Anjaneyasana. Your exhales to your half splits. Take a couple rounds through each shape, starting to build some heat, making it a safe environment for your body to stretch. Next time you're in your half split, we're going to stay there one more time. Surrendering that head down. See if you can go a little bit deeper this time. Really pulling the hips back. Seeing if you can flex through that quad a little bit to give the hamstring a little more length. Walking the fingertips forward. Couple deep breaths. We're going to walk the hands to the outside of the right leg. We're just going to start to dip the left toes, the right toes towards the ground, and then send them back up. So we're kind of rocking back and forth. Getting into the sciatica here. Couple more, rocking back and forth. This would be a great place for blocks. And then you can walk back towards your lunge. We'll send the right foot back to meet the left, back into tabletop. Maybe taking a round through cat and cow. And then as you're ready, we're going to lift that left foot up to 90 degrees. Start our hip circles. Nice big circles. You can reverse directions as you're ready. And then we'll send the left toes along behind that left hip. Big breath in. As you exhale, we'll crunch the knee to the nose. As you inhale, we'll lengthen that leg. We have 4 more. Crunch it in. Inhale, send it long. 3, 2. Last one, we'll hold it in. Come up to the fingertips. Step that left foot through. Low lunge. Take your time to arrive. On your next inhale, we'll send the arms long overhead, rising upright. Big breath in. Exhale, sinking down to the hips, really pressing through that right knee, the right top of the foot, to shift that right hip forward in line with the left. Inhale, we'll touch the hands together. Exhale, we'll start a gentle back bend here. Big breath in. Exhale, we'll frame that left foot, and then start to kick back towards our half split. We'll stay for a breath or two. Just feeling the differences between your sides. How is this foot feeling? Mindfully pulling the left pinky towards the body for an even stretch through that calf and the hamstring. And then the left hip back to be in line with the right. Big breath in. Big breath out. With your next inhale, we'll move back towards our lunge. And then as you exhale, back to your half split. Take a few rounds. Play around with your depth and your speed. Being mindful about how you feel in your body today. It's different every single day. We'll take one more round, inhaling towards your Anjane, and then as you exhale, we're gonna stay here. We have about 5 breaths, so finding your deepest expression of the shape, walking your hands forward, bowing down through the head, really surrendering to the back side of that left leg. Keeping with your breath here. One final inhale, and a big exhale. We'll walk forward back towards that lunge, and then you can send the left knee back to meet the right. Take a couple rounds through your cat-cow. And then we're gonna bring the toes to touch, knees spread wide, your hips can sink down and back, arms reach long in front of you for a quick child's pose. Big inhale, big exhale. We'll press down through the palms, tuck the toes under, send the hips high for down dog. Gentle bend in the knees, hips are pulling up super high so that your spine can slope down and the heart opens to the mat below you. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's step our feet to the width of the mat. And then you can bring your hands maybe a little bit closer together. We're gonna really push back through those hips. And then imagine you could tear the mat underneath you apart with your feet. So there's tension moving outwards, energy moving outwards. And feel how that opens up the place between the upper thigh and the bottom of the glute. This is a super active stretch. So really pushing the mat away and apart. Big breath in. Big breath out. You can move the feet back towards center. Space out the hands a little bit. Maybe pedal out to the feet, shake out the head. And then we're gonna start a slow walk to the top of the mat, landing in our forward fold. This would be a good place to use your band if your flexibility does not allow you to reach for your feet. You can always pull yourself a little closer to your mat. Otherwise, you can reach for opposite elbows. We're gonna surrender to the weight of the head. Did you know that your head weighs between 10 and 15 pounds? Let it just pull you over the legs. Maybe starting to shift some of your weight into the balls of the feet. As you do so, imagine someone pulling your hips higher, And your heart dips a little bit lower, a little bit closer to the legs. Big breath in. Big breath out. 2 more just like that. You can release the hands. On your inhale, we'll lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold, maybe reaching for the back of the calves or the heels. As you inhale, we're gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Arms circle high overhead at the top. Exhale, hands come down through prayer at your heart center. Inhale, arms circle high overhead. Exhale, we're gonna swan dive, sending that chest forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, we're gonna plant the hands, send the feet back towards plank. You can lower down in 1 straight piece, otherwise you can do knees, chest, chin. As we inhale, we're gonna roll the shoulders back and lift the chest for cobra. 2 more just like that. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lowering all the way down. You can grab hold of your band once more. We're gonna stretch into the quad a little bit. We'll circle the band around either the ankle or the top of the foot. You can rest your left mat on the cheek, and then use your right arm to passively stretch that quad. We're doing the work. Right hip stays nice and heavy on the mat. Left top of the foot is connected to the mat. Big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, let's get into that hip flexor. You can let the right hip rise off the ground, maybe pulling a little bit tighter on your band. Keep the head resting down on the mat. Left hip stays nice and heavy. 2 big breaths here. Inhale, exhale. You can let that go. Keeping the right foot pointing up towards the ceiling. Send the left hand straight out from the left shoulder. We're gonna use the right hand to press away from the mat, opening up that left shoulder for just a breath. Inhale. Exhale, you can roll back towards center. Same thing on the left side. Grab your band. Wrap it around the foot or the ankle, wherever you can reach. Rest that right cheek on the mat this time and start your pull. Nice and heavy through the front of the hips. Heavy across the chest, heavy through the head. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more just like that. As you're ready, we're gonna start to pull on that band a little bit more, letting that left hip rise, keeping your head planted on the earth as you can. Big breaths here. Last inhale. Exhale, you can let that go. Drop the band. We'll send the right arm straight out from that right shoulder. Use the left hand to push you up and over. Stretching it out. Big breath in. Big breath out. You can roll back towards your belly. As you inhale, we're gonna find cobra. You can push up to your up dog. Hips and knees leave the earth. Exhale, down dog. Paddle it out, shake out the head, a couple deep breaths. On your next inhale, we're gonna send the right toes high to the sky. We'll bend through the right knee, send the right heel close to the left glutes, opening up through the hips. And then you can start some nice hip circles here towards the front. We'll switch directions. On your next inhale, send those toes nice and tall. As you exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, we're gonna step it through, planting the foot between the hands. And we're gonna open up to our warrior two. Left foot opens up at an angle, perpendicular to that front foot. Nice and low through the hips. We're gonna inhale, straightening through that right knee, raising the hands, the gaze. As you exhale, planting down into our warrior two. Take a couple more of these, use your breath, finding your range of motion here. Last time. We'll settle into our warrior two. We're just gonna hold for a breath. We're gonna move into peaceful triangle, straightening through that front leg and leaning back. As you exhale, we're moving into full triangle, bending down over that front leg. Your hand can plant on the shin. Maybe you have a block, either in front or behind this foot. Or if you can reach the ground, go there. Big breath in, big breath out. On your next inhale, we'll swim that left arm all the way over. We're gonna frame that right foot once again. And then we're gonna walk the right foot out towards the right side of the mat. Hands are planted on the inside of that right foot. And then we're just gonna take some nice circles here. Maybe feeling how much energy and space we've already created. Your legs feel maybe a little bit more open and flexible. You can reverse your rotations. We're gonna drop that left knee down and back. This is another good place for a block if you have them. If not, hang with me. We're gonna start to bend that left foot up towards the body. Make sure you're staying on the meaty part of the top of that left knee so that you're not hurting your kneecap. And then if you can, we'll grab hold with the hand. Otherwise, this is a great place to use your band. Wrap it around the top of the foot, and then just pulling it. Making sure to keep the energy of your hips moving forward. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, you can release. Sink back towards a half split. And then moving forward towards our lunge, we'll frame the foot, send the right foot back to meet the left. We'll lower in one straight piece in our chaturanga. As you inhale, flipping your toes over, find your up dog. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Pedal it out, shake up the head. Inhale, left toes lift. You can bend through that knee, drop the left heel towards the right glute. Start your hip circles. Reversing direction. Inhale, send the left foot long. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, send the foot long. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Warrior two. Take your time as you arrive. Nice and low through the hips. Left knee stacked directly over that left ankle. As you inhale, we'll send that left leg straight. Hands come up overhead, lifting the gaze. Exhale, sinking back into it. Continuing with this pattern, finding your depth, your range of motion here. I'll leave you to it. I need to check on some tech. Okay, we're good to go. Take 2 more rounds. We'll hold in our warrior 2, maybe sinking down into it just an inch. As you inhale, we're going to swim that left hand back, straightening through the left leg for peaceful triangle. As you exhale, reaching forward, folding over that leg for triangle. Finding a good place to rest that left hand. I'll demonstrate how to do it just right on your shin. The goal is for your shoulders to stack, chest stays nice and open. You're not leaning over the leg, you're leaning straight out. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, exhale. We'll swim that right arm all the way over. Both hands land inside of that left foot for lizard. You can start your big rotations here. Just making space, feeling how everything feels. You can reverse your rotations. Also, if it's available to you, I do not think it is to me today, you can come down to your elbows and do your rotations from there for a little bit increased intensity. I can't do that today. We're gonna drop our right knee down and back, untuck the right toes. We'll come up towards an upright shape. Left elbow can rest on the top of the left knee. And then we're gonna roll that right knee up, grabbing hold of that right foot for a nice quad stretch here. Or grab your band, your strap, whatever you've got, and let it help you get there. Staying upright, spine's nice and long, chin is tucked. Using the energy of your hips to pull you forward, right? We don't want to get stuck with our hips back here. Nice and open, moving forward. 2 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. You can let that foot go. Drop the band. We'll sit back into our half split. Let that all go. With your inhale, you can crawl it forward. We'll send the left foot back. Move through your flow, lowering down to chaturanga, flipping the toes, lifting top dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll take 2 rounds of breath here. Grab a sip of water if you need it. We have 1 more posture flow to make it through. Moving nice and slow today. Pull those hips high and back, really arching down and out through the spine. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, right toes lift. Right knee, right tricep. Inhale, send it long. Right knee, left tricep. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, step it through. We're gonna stay here in our low lunge for a big breath in. As you exhale, starting to straighten that front leg any amount, maybe rising up to the heel of that foot for a long pyramid pose. Really deepening the hip crease on that right hip, folding the body, surrendering down, big breath in, big breath out. At the bottom of your exhale, you can plant the foot, bend into the knee, rise upright, high crescent lunge. Take your time to arrive, big breath in. Exhale, we're gonna bow, send the arms long behind. Inhale, rise upright. 2 more times, exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow and take flight. Left toes lift off the ground. We're gonna come to a one-legged mountain pose. Bring that left knee with you. Planting the foot anywhere along that standing leg. Resting for a breath in tree pose. Challenging your balance. Coming back to your center. We'll release the left foot from the leg. Inhale, arms circle high overhead. Exhale, going right back towards airplane. Pausing for a beat. parallel with the earth below you. Big breath in. Exhale, you can plant the foot, come upright. We'll frame the right foot. Actually, let's plant the hands inside that right foot so you can scoot your right foot over towards the right side of the mat. Big breath in, big breath out. On your next inhale, start to arch through the spine. We're gonna pick up that left foot, plant it outside the left hand, sink the hips low for Malasana. So your hips are nice and low, the crown's nice and light, elbows are pressing knees away from your midline. Big breath in, big breath out. So you can plant the hands and step back to your plank. Otherwise, if you're feeling playful, you can plant the hands and land in your chaturanga. Move to your up dog and down dog. Good work. One more big breath in here. Inhale, left toes lift high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, send it back. Left to right. Inhale, send it back. Knee to nose, step it through. Big breath in your lunge. Exhale, long pyramid pose, maybe rising to the ball of the left foot. Gentle bend in the left knee. Deep hip crease, draping that body down over the leg. Two more breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. At the bottom of that exhale, bending into that left knee. Inhale, rising upright for your high crescent lunge. Take your time. Big breath in, shooting those arms long overhead. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Two more times. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise. Last time, bow. Rise. This time we take flight, sending the arms back, lifting the right toes. Airplane pose. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, we'll rise. Arms come high overhead. One-legged mountain. Moving into tree. You can plant the right leg anywhere along that standing left leg. And pause. Coming back to your balance, your center, your breath. Big inhale will release, arms circle high overhead. See if you can keep those arms long, challenging your core as we lean into our airplane. Big breath in. Exhale, we'll plant the foot, rise to our crescent lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, we'll land down in our lizard. Hands go inside the left foot. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, we'll arch through the spine. Exhale, step that right foot in. You have Malasana. Couple big breaths here. Every exhale, sinking the hips a little bit heavier. The crown a little bit lighter. Big breath in. Big breath out. You can plant the hands and step it back. Otherwise, take your jump. Move through your flow. Meet me in down dog. You can pedal it out, shake out the head. And then we're going to drop the knees, swing the feet around. Find a seated shape. We've got a little more stretching and winding down before class is over. We'll start with that right foot long out in front of you. Left foot tucked in, nice and close. If you don't have a band here, what you're gonna do is take a big breath in with the right arm up, and then just reach forward, reaching for that right toe, maybe the right ankle or calf. Otherwise, if you have your band, you know the drill. It goes around the ball of the foot, pulling that pinky toe back, just working into that calf here. Gentle bend in that right knee. You actually might find a more exaggerated stretch in the right calf if your knee is slightly bent. And then spine is nice and tall, sending air up the length of the spine as you breathe in. As you exhale, pulling the toes a little bit closer to the face. Big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to switch this left foot over the length of the right leg, moving into a gentle twist. You can hug that left knee in as you sit up straight, and then we'll use that left hand to pull back on the band for a very active twist here, feeling your obliques help your spine twist. Big breath in, big breath out. You can let that go. From here, we're gonna drop our knees into 90-90. So your left knee will come straight out in front, your right knee's coming straight out from that right hip. Big breath in, arms go up overhead. As you exhale, we're gonna plant the fingertips down in front of that left shin and start to crawl out over that left leg, much like pigeon pose, opening that left hip, only going as far as you can without causing pain, flexing through both feet, protecting those joints. Maybe you surrender the head completely down to the mat. We have 2 more rounds of breath here. Big breath in, big breath out. You can rise back upright. What we're gonna do is plant the hands behind the hips and just move the knees from side to side, neutralizing the spine just a little bit. When you feel nice and neutral, we'll sit back towards the front of our mat. This time, left foot goes out long, right heel tucks in towards right glute. Go where you'd like. We're gonna breathe into that calf, the back of the left leg. Remember to keep gentle bends in your joints, never locking out. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna move that right foot over the left leg, moving into this active twist. Grab hold of that left knee, pull that power band with you as you twist. If you want, you can let go of it, don't slingshot it. Plant that hand, take the twist a little bit deeper. Big breath in, big breath out. You can unwind. This time when we go into our 90-90s, right leg is out in front. So the knee comes straight out from that hip, left knee comes straight out from left hip. Both of your legs are in 90s, hence 90-90. We'll inhale, send the arms high overhead. As you exhale, we're just gonna crawl forward over that right leg. Maybe this is enough for you. If you're feeling this in your hip, just breathe there. Otherwise, we walk down to our forearms. Otherwise, eventually we surrender our weight down towards the mat. Couple breaths here. Big breath in, big breath out. You can come back upright. We'll plant the hands behind the hips. Windshield wiper through those knees, let it all go. All right, we're gonna send those feet long out in front. We're gonna move into a reverse plank. So your heels connect with the earth, as do your palms. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, rolling the shoulders back, lifting up to the hips and the chest. Head stays in line with the spine. Big breath in at the top. Exhale, we'll drop the heels down. Moving into a forward fold. Inhale, arms circle up high overhead. As you exhale, reaching down the length of the legs for the feet, the ankles, whatever works. You can scoop out your glutes, make a little more room. Gentle bend in the kneecaps, in the knees. See if you can start to pull the pinky toes closer towards the body, evening out the bottom of that foot. And then turning on the quads to lengthen the hamstrings, pulling you a little deeper, Sending your air right to that back body. Big breath in, big breath out, nice deep bend. Not locking out your joints, nice and soft here. 2 more rounds of breath. Big breath into the belly. Big breath out, last surrender. You can slowly roll up towards seated. And then as you exhale, safely roll all the way down to the mat for your final rest. Making everything nice and heavy, soft against the earth. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take a few more breaths just like that. If you can, just continue to rest on your mat, absorbing all that opening and lengthening and stretching that we just did. Soak it all in. You can pause this video if you want to continue to Shavasana. Otherwise, we'll inhale, lengthening the arms up over the head, full body stretch. As you exhale, roll onto either side, using your bicep as a pillow. You can drop that top arm down on the earth. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, pushing up through that left arm, coming to a seated position. We'll take a few rounds of breath to close out practice. So find a comfortable place to seat. You can close off the eyes or find a soft gaze. As you inhale, arms will circle high overhead. As you exhale, hands come down through heart center in prayer. 2 more just like that. Inhale, arms circle up. Exhale, hands come down through prayer. Last one, biggest breath in. Exhale, hands come down through prayer. Your prayer can rise to your third eye or your head can bow down to meet your prayer. We'll take one final inhale all together here. As we exhale, I bow to all of you. Namaste, yogis. Have a great day.